Is being a data analyst a good career choice? Hello everyone, and my name is Wesley Walker. I'm a data analytics manager, and in this video I'm going to discuss whether being a data analyst is a good career choice. So before we start, if any of you are new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe for more data analytics content, and drop a like down below if you enjoyed this video, and turn on your notifications so that you don't miss any of our future data analytics videos. So I've seen that there's been quite a bit of searches for people who are looking for whether data analyst is a good career choice, and especially if you're going to make a career switch, you definitely want to know whether this is a good field which will provide you a very strong career and is tangible in the future. So one of the first things I want to look into is the demand for data analysts, specifically over the last 5 years. So what we can see here is a demand for the term data analyst in web search worldwide for the last 5 years. And what we can see here is that there's been a consistent upward trend for the last 5 years of people actually searching for data analysts. So not only is this a field that has a lot of volume behind it and people are actually looking for this, but the interest has grown over time. So in the last 5 years, we've seen that data analyst has grown very significantly across the world. And when we look into the periods, we can see areas where it's most popular are Singapore, Ireland, Nigeria and other countries. And this is pretty good because it tells you that not just is data analytics good in like Western countries, but it's also very popular in countries like Singapore, Ireland, Nigeria, and all over the world. So actually what we can see here in Google is that Singapore is the part of the world where data analyst is the most searched term. So this is it's a good career choice to be in, because if you want to move internationally and if you want to leave where you live and work in a different country, you can definitely do that as a data analyst because those skills are searched for all over the globe. So the second piece I wanted to get into is the salary information on being a data analyst and what that typically looks like. And bear in mind, as I'm in the UK, the salary information here will be based on living in the UK. But if you're in the US, I'll add some information and some links in the comment section and in the description so you can find out what the basic salary is expected to be within the US. So what we can see here on Glassdoor, and this is based on about 1,564 salaries, which is quite a decent sample size, is that the average salary for a data analyst in London is about 36k annually, which from my own experience, definitely sounds about right. London is also the part of the country where people tend to be paid the most because of the cost of living, but also because it's the key tech and financial hub. So this is pretty good information to go off. But the average salary for a data analyst in London in the UK is 36 grand. So on top of there being a significant amount of demand for a data analyst, and also the salary being pretty good from an entry level perspective, when you're actually a data analyst, there are things in your career that will help fulfill you. And one of the things that typically very, very common being a data analyst is that there's a lot of project involvement, which means that you'll be involved in a lot of stakeholders, a lot of senior stakeholders sometimes, and you also get access to a lot of new tools and technologies. So data analysts, typically when there's a new project that will come into play, it will come from a business question. So if someone wants to understand, what is our customer lifetime value, the data analyst will work with members of the business to first collect that data and gather that data, go through a process of transformation, analyze the data, and provide the visualizations, the insights, telling the story of the data, and then provide it to the stakeholders and getting their feedback and continuously reiterating. So with data analytics, there's a lot of project involvement from questions that will come internally from your stakeholders, but there's also the other side, which is where you might be wanting to onboard new tools to improve the data analytics and access to analytics within the business. And this can vary from being new data visualization tools, new data warehouses, and having a lot of involvement with projects and also new tools and technology makes the job quite exciting because you're always learning something new and there's always a new challenge that you have to look forward to. The other point I want to make on being data analyst being a good career choice is around your CV. So with the project involvement, you get access to a lot of stakeholders, but also a lot of good deliverables that you can have onto your record, your career, and your CV. And you can really build up a really strong CV as a data analyst when you've done a lot of business projects that you've actually helped solve a problem or an issue. And this can build up your CV because, for example, if you enter the business and you become the data analyst there, and they want to understand the customer more, and you kicked off a project which was gathering customer analytics, creating a dashboard and giving it to your stakeholders, putting that on your CV and showing that the impact that it had, that you managed that project and you also provided a good outcome which got good feedback from your stakeholders, will be really great stuff for your CV and your career, and also help you if you want to excel in your career as a data analyst. The other reason why I believe data analyst is a good career choice is also the upward mobility piece. So within data analyst, the entry job is typically a data analyst, or in, I believe, quite rare cases, a junior data analyst, but you tend to start in as a data analyst, and then from there are quite a few steps that you can take on. So there tends to be like a senior data analyst, there can in some occasions be a lead data analyst from that point on, and then there's data analytics manager, and then there can be head of data analytics or director of data analytics, or above that you have the CDO, which would be like your chief data officer. So there's actually quite a lot of steps that you can look forward to and try to progress your career in. You don't have to be a data analyst for the rest of your career, the rest of your life. You can scale up as you take on more projects, as you learn more, as you get better using SQL, better using the code, and become more robust in your job. The final point I want to make is that also being a data analyst is, because it's a job that you can have within any sector. Data analysts are very popular within retail, travel, hospitality, tech, finance. They're very popular in all sorts of fields, so you can get a job as a data analyst in pretty much any kind of industry that you see nowadays, because the jobs are becoming very important as more companies realize the value of data. So if you have a specific leaning where you prefer to be in the hospitality industry or healthcare, you're sure to find a data analytics job within that field, or there will be the one there very shortly, because the job is very popular across multiple industries. So this is practically my video on, is being data analyst a good career choice? So I hope this has helped some of you make in your decision of whether you want to switch over and become a data analyst or further your career as well. If you had any questions on the video or on the topic, let me know in the comment section below, and I'll try my best to help in any way that I can.